Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm showing off my new scope setup. As you can see, I have a brand new carbon fiber Explore Scientific 127 ED. This might look familiar to my last new setup video that I put up in July, which also had the same exact scope, but the white and non-carbon fiber version. After a lot of trials and tribulations with my scope that I traded in before this, the Explore Scientific 208 CF, which is a Newtonian, I decided that this is the scope for me, but I was able to upgrade to the carbon fiber version. I don't have everything exactly on the imaging train. As you can see, I do not have any camera or filter wheel. I am a mono Astroing user. So yeah, I'm just going to bring you a little closer and give you a close-up. I am still using the EQ6R Pro. I haven't taken any images in about 2 to 3 months, just been working on the computer on old images and working through some PixInsight practice. But yeah, so today we're gonna kind of just go over my setup and I'm gonna show you what I got so far. All right, so the first part of my setup that I would like to highlight right away is the carbon fiber feature of the scope. The scope shell is entirely made of carbon fiber, which actually cuts off 4 pounds on this scope. So if you remember my original white version, it was identical dimensions. I'll bring that down a little bit so you guys can see it better. Identical dimensions to this scope, but it was white and it actually weighed around 18.5 pounds. This one's around 14 pounds. So it does take off a good considerable, about a quarter of the weight of the scope, which is really nice. And allows for, just better overall performance, better tracking, less stress and strain on the mount, and allows me to actually have some options like the little guy I have down there below that we'll go over. But yeah, so I did have to purchase a new dew heater right up here. It is the Do Not dew heater strap. I have for this guy a 6-inch, which gives me plenty of clearance around. It allows me to wrap it around the entire scope. I have it hooked to my AstroZap with a splitter into the top of my ZWO ASI Air through a splitter. There's a little control wheel on there, but it's not really needed with the ASI Air since it does allow for controllable power output. Then off that, we're still sticking with the ASI 290mm for my guide cam. I still have my Orion 60 millimeter guide scope, but that's still working really well. I do have a new adapter here, which is pretty cool. Got it off Amazon. It is a dual finder bracket scope. Finder scope bracket, little kind of like arc there. It's pretty sweet. It's like 25 bucks, but it allows me to mount both my guide cam and my Pro onto the same spot on the mount, right on the handle there. So that's pretty cool. And then next, kind of the signature of my new setup here would be, give me 1 second, would be this guy right here, my Feather Touch. So yes, on this scope I have the 3-inch Feather Touch. It has the ED127 adapter, so it's able to adapt onto the scope perfectly. And then we have this is the extra draw tube that comes with it. Or I'm sorry, this is supplied separately from Explore Scientific themselves. So what this allows me to do is actually add a different adapter. So that's actually what's next. So we have our new Feather Touch 3-inch focuser. This is a 3-inch extension tube piece, and then this little compression ring here actually reduces down so that I can add the Explore Scientific 0.7x focal reducer. That will actually take my scope from 952 millimeter focal length to 666. So yes, the devil's number, but I believe if you actually calculate it out, it's more close to 664, depending on your focal imaging train and how close you have the focal reducer to the glass. So we're gonna go with that number instead. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this setup. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm doing. I will be doing a lot more tutorials lately on different targets I'm going after. I'm getting really excited to get my new camera here, and I won't spoil what that is yet. That will be in my next video. You can probably keep a lookout for that in the next week or so. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about my setup or would like any extra videos showing anything off, please let me know. And if you could, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.